More than $8 million in local projects just wiped off the table. Governor DeSantis issuing a sweeping $600 million veto list, cutting funding for everything from early education to veteran services. Some big cuts coming to Northwest Florida. Tanner Stewart is there outside the Emerald Coast Utilities Authority and has a breakdown on exactly what's being cut and why some say politics may be at play.
Good evening, Sue. With many of these vetoed items tied to one of our local lawmakers who's been critical of the governor in recent months, some are questioning whether this whole thing is politics.
So this is the veto pen.
More than $8 million in funding for Northwest Florida was vetoed overnight by Governor Ron DeSantis, slashing it from the state's new $115 million budget. That includes a $1.6 million expansion for the University of West Florida's early childhood daycare and a $350,000 upgrade to Pensacola's gunshot detection system, ShotSpotter. Other items include a $300,000 improvement project at the Council on Aging of West Florida's Retreat Adult Daycare program.
These are individuals who just didn't make enough money to save for retirement, who the VA has possibly failed via their, bureaucracy. And these individuals are now relying on the community.
CEO Josh Newby says they're near capacity already and hopeful they would have received the funds from the state.
We were in the final budget conference. We were in the final budget that the Senate published. And then yesterday, of course, when the governor signs the budget, we received news that he did, in fact, line item veto various appropriations in the Panhandle. And we were unfortunately one of those line item vetoes. Our ask was basically, we can do more of the good thing that is working. However, I know there was tension between the governor and some of the local legislative delegation, so it wasn't a complete shock.
At least $7 million of the roughly $8.2 million in projects were backed by Representative Alex Andrade, a critic of the governor in recent months, over his handling of the Hope Florida controversy. Andrade led a House investigation into the issue earlier this year. Unavailable to go on camera today, Andrade sent a statement reading in part, "When I made the decision to investigate the money laundering and theft of Medicaid funds associated with Hope Florida, I knew Governor DeSantis would try to punish me." He goes on to say, "I hope my constituents understand that I couldn't let public corruption occur and stay quiet. I couldn't live with myself if I just went along to get along." Another one of the more costly cuts by the governor includes $1 million to improve the Emerald Coast Utilities Authority compost service. Executive Director Bruce Woody says similar to the Council on Aging, ECUA's proposal passed through the House and Senate with no issue. Woody says some of the improvements will now have to wait. He says it's unclear why they're not receiving the funding.
Instead of being able to repave our compost area and make some important stormwater improvements all in one project, we'll have to break it up into several projects. We probably will tackle the stormwater work first.
Maybe take a little longer than...
Yes, quite a bit longer.
Any idea, any speculation on why this was cut?
You have probably better questions to be asked to the local representatives and the governor.
I talked with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office this morning about the ShotSpotter program and the funding for that being stripped. Sheriff Chip Simmons was unavailable for an interview, but did say that he was disappointed that it was cut. You can view the full list of vetoes on our website, weartv.com, as well as the full statement from Representative Andrade. Reporting live tonight in Escambia County, I'm Tanner Stewart.